Yay! Good morning, friends. Today is June 1st. It is the month of June, so it is basically officially summertime because I feel like Memorial Day kind of like kicks off summer. Like that's just kind of what I've always been told and thought. So it is June 1st and I'm super excited. I just wanted to start out this video and give you guys a little bit of a house tour because I did recently move last week and I know a lot of you follow me regularly and I know that I've gotten a couple questions like, oh my god, that's cute in your room. Where'd you get that? Like, what does that look like? What does my space look like? What am I working with for like living the healthy lifestyle and cooking and stuff? So I figured I would show you. If you're wondering what the hell I'm wearing, this is actually my scrub top. I got it at Gordman's and it was literally $7.99. So if you are a CNA or a nurse, I'm a CNA but going to nursing school, check out Gordman's. They have really cute shirts. It's got like different flowers and stuff on it. Sounds like someone's entering my house, but they're not. So anyways, I'm gonna give you guys a little tour. I'm actually in my room right now, but I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So, alright, so this is like the hallway that enters into my room. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys the house in like split areas because it's kind of difficult to show it all at once. But this is just a little storage closet. This is right outside my room and I could technically use this as a closet, but I do have a roommate moving in August, so I know she'll have extra stuff too. But currently I'm just using it to store my purses and like my laundry stuff and some extra blankets. So that's that. It's just kind of miscellaneous. I should probably turn that light off. Yeah, that's just miscellaneous stuff in there. And then you go down the hallway and that is the fan that I use at night because I currently do not have a wall or like a ceiling fan. So I put that in my room at night for Ben and I because we kind of get hot and we're fan people. So anyways, if you go out to the front, this is actually the front of our house, but we don't use that front door. It actually opens into a very large porch, which I am scared shitless of this area down here because it's just super random and I don't like it. So I keep that light on down there all the time because I literally live right next to it and I'm always afraid that a boogeyman is gonna come and get me. So here is my cute little entryway door and you kind of go into my room. I'll just show you guys like an overview of it before I like explain stuff. It's pretty big. It's one of the biggest rooms in the house. This is just kind of my desk area, which is not done being decorated. I have two cork boards right there and I want to put like a shelf up there or like a word or something. I don't know yet, but I just kind of have everything organized. I have like my MacBook and this chair. I actually got this chair at TJ Maxx on sale for $120 and it was like the best buy I ever got because I will be sitting there probably 98% of my life starting August 22nd when I start nursing school. So yeah, and then over here, this is also not done being decorated because I just have that mirror. My mom and I are still trying to figure out what I should put right there. But this is just my big gray chair. That pillow should go there. I don't like that throw there. I just don't have one right now. I would like to get like a yellow one to match my rugs, but I have yet to find one. So yeah. Then this is my selfie mirror and I'm in my scrubs. Kind of a cool little mirror. I love it. I got this at Home Goods. So that's that. And then here is my TV, just my dresser, and then I have this yellow rug, and then I have the same yellow rug over there. These are just miscellaneous blankets. Ben and I both sleep with blankets at night, but they don't match my bed, so I don't like them on my bed, so I throw them to the side so no one can see them. Yeah, I know. Weird. Curtains, and I normally have them closed because my neighbors are, you can see that right there, the window, like they're right there, and I'm not trying to have anybody creeping on me, so I normally keep that shut. But it puts a little bit more light into my room. And then this is just kind of my little makeup area that I get ready at in the morning with my little stool, and then that window, and then focus. Here is my bedding. I am like obsessed with my bedding. I think that it's super pretty. My grandma actually made me those pillows right there. She made them to like perfectly match my bed, so shout out to my grandma. My mom has done a huge, God, it sounds like someone's in here. Huge job of helping me. Then I just have like my jewelry right here and a little mirror to see the back of my hair when I want to. And then this is my closet and it actually goes all the way back, so I kind of do have a lot of space in my closet, but I'm not done organizing because I can't decide how I like things. But yeah, that's just kind of the overview of my room. some signs, my little side table. And then you walk out of my room and you walk in, and this is our living room currently. It is kind of ghetto fab because do not have our couch yet. We just have this one chair with some cute throw pillows and a blanket. Our theme is like blues and greens, blues and gray, brown, I don't know. Then we have like the little side tables. My roommate Morgan's parents actually gave us that side table, that table, and another side table with the lamps and like all the throw and pillows, which was super generous of them because we're college students and we don't really have the money to buy like brand new stuff. So yeah, this is just kind of our makeshift little table because two of our roommates are not here yet. It is just me and Morgan living here. My boyfriend Ben is actually living in, well, okay, he sleeps with me, but this is just where he keeps all of his stuff because I would have a major anxiety attack if all of his stuff was in my room, but this will eventually be my roommate Caitlin's room. I guess I can show you guys my bathroom. Don't look at the towel. My mom would yell at me for that because she thinks it looks bad. But this is just my bathroom. You walk in. It's got nice floors and stuff. I just have like a little throw rug right there, a curtain, and then that is my shower curtain and stuff, and then toilet non-existing exciting, and then I just have this little thing right here to keep all of my stuff. Notice all my stuff on top, Ben's on the bottom. Oops. Girl life. And not really anything exciting in this room, so I'm not even gonna show it to you. But you come back out. I really love this little window nook thing because I think we're putting a table right here, but it looks out onto the street and it's just really nice and I like it a lot. We kind of live on a main street, so it's kind of cool that we can look out. And then you walk out here. This is just our pantry. It opens up and it has 4 really nice big shelves. We each kind of like took a shelf or whatever, and then there's like drawers which has more stuff in it. But then you come into our kitchen and this is kind of like the overview of it. It's pretty tiny, but it's super cute and we're like obsessed with it. I guess if you are against small kitchens, you should just like not look at this. But this is my gas stove, our gas stove. We love it. It cooks things a lot faster. I have never really had a gas stove, so this is super cool to me that my eggs cook in like 5 seconds. These are our salt and pepper shakers. I got these at Walmart, and I think it's like the Pioneer Woman stuff. It's super cute. She has a ton of cute stuff there. Just some sweeteners. And then over here we have like all of our kitchen utensils, a sign, some counter space to cook and stuff, which is fun. Utensils and stuff down there. And then Ben brought this shelf, which we are digging it. We wanted to put the microwave was originally right there, but we put it on this because it gives us more space to cook right there since there isn't like a ton of counter space. So we just got this little shelving thing, which we keep like all of our utensils and stuff, just like random stuff on there. And then we have my mother load of energy drinks because I'm a CNA and I work 8-hour shifts, so 8 hours and 12-hour shifts. So yeah, then you come into our little pantry thing, and we aren't quite done with this either. But yeah, just all the goods in there, just like random miscellaneous stuff. So we kind of have a lot of space, but it's just really hard to like devote time to the spaces and stuff. And then don't mind my water jug, but this is the other half of the kitchen. A couple of signs up there, just, you know, typical stuff. This is my favorite spot in the entire house, obviously the Keurig coffee and stuff. Then this is our fridge. Peep the cookies. Yeah, just random stuff. It's pretty full. We eat a lot at home, I guess. We're not really huge going out to eat people, so we kind of eat a lot. But yeah, and then this is another storage closet. This is the stairs that go down. This is the other half of the house. That is my roommate Morgan's room. I'm not going to go in there and show it to you, but this is the other bathroom and stuff. And then this is my other roommate's room. She's not here. Her name's Caitlin too. We have 2 Caitlins living in the house, but it's just an empty room. But and there's like a closet right here and stuff. So yeah, that's about that. So I will take you guys back to my room. It's really tiny, but it's cute. And I really enjoyed it just because Alright guys, so I got asked, like I actually just put it on my Snapchat if you guys would like to have like a little overview of my weight loss journey. I know that I've posted it before, but I've got a lot of questions from people recently like about, oh my god, I can't get comfortable, about how I actually lost the 45 pounds. I've probably gained like 5 of it back, but that's just because I've been on flexible dieting and just kind of eating whatever I want. You guys have seen my meals. I still eat the same foods. I just don't count it. I do keep track of my protein in a sense. I like to make sure that I'm getting 100 to 140 grams a day just because I've worked so hard to maintain the muscle that I have and I just don't want it all to go to waste. So yeah, I do keep track of that, I guess. But as for how I lost the 45 pounds, so it goes all the way back, like way back to my freshman year in college is when I kind of like realized like I needed to make a change. I needed to lose the weight, and it was so incredibly hard because you're in college and you have all of these different foods like being thrown at you. You know, you have like the cafeteria, unless you live in an apartment or a house now. But in my freshman year, it was really difficult and I didn't really know like how to lose weight. And I'm going to tell you guys how I did it, and I'm going to then tell you how I wish that I could go back and do it a different way. When I originally started losing weight, what I would do was I basically restricted all foods. I was basically a clean eater, which you guys know that I'm against that. I believe in eating all foods just in moderation and the correct amounts, you know, not eating a salad every day. That's not reasonable and your body's not going to get what it needs. But my original, like I was just so sick of being what I was, so my immediate reaction was, okay, I need to eat salads, I need to eat chicken and, you know, vegetables and, you know, just eat less. That's kind of what my mantra was. So what I told you guys in my original video, like when I first started losing weight, obviously I was extremely overweight. I was 175 pounds. I'm 5'5", so 5'4", whatever, give or take. So that was extremely overweight for my height and just my body in general. My body was not used to being that much. So it was really hard to work out and do it in a way that I wasn't gonna die all the time, because when you have so much weight on you and you need to lose weight, you know, your first reaction isn't to go into the weight room and lift weights, and that's not my recommendation at all. When people ask me how to lose weight, I say, you know, solid nutrition, solid exercise routine. Like that's literally all it is. There's not a magic pill. There's no supplements that are going to help you in any way. You know, they may boost you a little, but they're not going to do what nutrition and exercise is going to do for you. So that is the one thing you need to keep in mind 100%, is that there is no magic way to do it. You know, if you want to really lose weight and you want to lose a good amount of weight, whether it's 10 pounds or 50 pounds, you have to be in it for the long haul. It can't just be something where you're gonna say, this is gonna be me in a month. I'm gonna look this good in a month. No, because you're setting yourself up for failure, because it's not going to be maintainable and you're going to be miserable in the process. And you know, losing weight isn't fun. Like you don't want to, like it's not fun all the time, because you really do have to watch everything and be really careful and stay motivated. But you don't want to set yourself up for a failure and be able to rebound and gain all of it back, because I've seen people do that and it really sucks, and you're going to be even more depressed than you were before. So what I did was I lost 45 pounds this way, but please do not do this, because I regret it. I really do. I was miserable. I lost friends. I restricted myself. I was just literally miserable. Like it was awful losing the weight, and I don't want any of you to go through that. But the way that I lost the weight was I really did like downsize everything. I ate, you know, tons of fruits and vegetables every day. I'm pretty sure every single morning I would have like a Quest bar, and then I would have some kind of fruit or something in the middle of like between breakfast and lunch, and then every single day for lunch I would have one of those Campbell's soups, like the cans of soup. They're like 90 calories per serving, and there's 2 servings per can, and so it's like 22 carbs or something for the whole can. I would have like the chicken or the vegetable, like the super low calorie ones. That would be my lunch every single day, with 5 Ritz crackers. That was my lunch every single day. Every morning it was like a Quest bar, then I would have a banana, then I would have the soup and crackers, and then in the middle of the day I would have like dry, like raw vegetables or something with like a hummus dip or like a vegetable dip, yogurt dip from the store. And then for dinner, every single night, this was the only time of day that I would eat in the dining center my freshman year, I would go in and I would get a huge bowl of lettuce, and then I would get, you know, all the vegetables that there were, like broccoli, shredded carrots, celery. I would get some celery on the side. I would get carrots, just carrots in themselves. I would put a little bit of cottage cheese on the side, a little bit of shredded cheese, and then I always got ranch and just dipped my fork into it and dipped it into the salad. And that was my dinner every single night with chicken, like a chicken breast, like one chicken breast. And then later that night I would have Skinny Pop if I was hungry. And I would drink tons of water throughout the day, and that was basically all I did. So if you think about that, I was probably consuming maybe 50 carbs a day and probably like, I don't know, like 30 grams of protein, like awful. And I did lose the weight, and I did lose the weight, but I didn't do it in the right way. Like, that's not the correct way. Obviously that worked for me, but I like moved into flexible dieting and my life became so much better because I was allowing myself more foods, I wasn't restricting, and I wasn't, being miserable all the time, because eating salad every single day and eating soup every single day is literally going to kill you. I got so sick of it that there would be times when I would just go out and binge, and that was extremely hard for me to deal with, because when you binge, you just honestly feel awful about yourself. And the reason I would binge is because I had set myself up for failure with eating the same things every day, restricting myself, saying that's bad if you eat that, blah, blah, blah. So, big, huge mistake. If I could go back and change things, and this would be my recommendation for anybody who is looking to lose weight, answer number 1 would be, do not start a flexible diet because you are still restricting things and you're not going to be happy with yourself. If it works for you, great, but I personally would not recommend it for long-term weight loss. What I'm going to recommend to you is intuitive eating, and how you should do that is, obviously, to lose weight you have to be in a caloric deficit. What I mean by that is you need to be about 500 calories less than your maintenance calories. So what you should do to start out is kind of find out like what you're eating on a daily basis. I'm not saying you have to track calories every day, but track calories for like a week on MyFitnessPal. Figure out how much you're consuming with just how you eat now. If you're eating like shit, track it. See what you're eating. And then by the time you figure out what you're eating, try and subtract 500 calories, like subtract a meal, or think of a way that's going to be different than what you're eating now. Kind of get the range of calories that you're supposed to be eating, and then learn the labels, learn how many carbs are in this, learn how much protein's in this, and really, really, really intuitively focus on that every single day. You do not have to track, you don't have to be psychotic, you don't have to weigh things out, but intuitively eat. And that is what I do now, and I want to make a video just on how to intuitively eat, but there are videos out there, so just look up intuitive eating. Josie Mai has a really great video on that. Definitely check out her name is Josie. She's all about intuitive eating, and I've watched a lot of her stuff and it's helped me. So that's what you want to do when you're trying to lose weight, is really just intuitively eat and focus more towards the nutrient dense, the lean proteins. You don't have to eat salad all day. You can still eat other things, but you're really going to want to downsize from what you were eating before. Not less food, but just better foods for you, I guess. Yeah. So then when it comes to exercise, what I did was I worked out 6 days a week. I'm sorry, you don't have to do that if you're trying to lose weight, but I loved working out, and that's like what gave me therapy. Like, I just loved working out every day. It was a big stress relief from school and stuff when it was hard. So I worked out 6 days a week. You don't have to. You can work out 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, whatever works for you in your schedule. But I did work out 6 days a week, and I would do lifting, and then I would throw in like 3 days of cardio. But what I mainly did, like when I was first starting to lose weight, was cardio. Cardio, because your body isn't really your body isn't able to, like, you're not going to benefit from lifting a 225 pound bar, like, for deadlifts. Like, you're just not. You have a lot more fat that you want to lose. I would highly recommend doing lots of cardio just to start out. Once you lose 10 to 15 pounds and you feel more comfortable, add in the weight training and, adjust it. Do some days weight training, some days cardio, some days both. That is just really what you want to do, is because you don't want to, like, overload yourself when you first start. You want to really make sure that it's going to be maintainable and enjoyable. You don't want to hate what you're doing. That's, like, one of the things I always tell people, is you don't want to hate what you're doing. If you hate what you're doing, it's not even worth it, like, at all. So that's kind of my story with how I lost the 45 pounds. Honestly, my biggest tip is what I said: solid nutrition, solid exercise, and intuitively eating at your nutrition. making sure you know what's going into your body at all times and really, really watching it. You know, educate yourself on what the nutrients are in your food and make sure that you're eating the right foods. That's what's going to help you in the long run. So I hope that that was somewhat helpful. If you guys have more questions, please comment below and I will individually answer them. It's really hard to answer specific questions if you have them. So I try to answer them all in a video, but it's kind of hard to do that sometimes. So go ahead and write your questions below, and if you guys enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me know what you guys enjoy watching and what you don't. I don't get paid or anything for it. It's just helping me figure out what you guys like. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share the video for others if you would like to spread the word about how to lose weight, whatever. But I really appreciate you guys watching my video, taking the time to go to my channel, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.